everyone! Welcome back to another 2v2 battle with me and Surreal. I am playing as Bretonia, Surreal is playing as the dwarves. We are fighting against another dwarf player and then an Imperial player. For Surreal's army here, we have 3 miners with blasting charges in the front. We have 3 longbeards that are non-great weapon version. We have a dwarf warrior, 2 quarrelers, 1 over there, 2 cannons, a generic dwarf lord, 2 thanes, and a rune smith. Also over here we have 2 gyrocopters with brimstone guns. Let's see, what else do we have? I think that's all of Surreal's. My forces, I don't usually go cav heavy for Bretonia, so I kind of wanted to do that. So in the woods over here hiding, we have 3 Knights of the Realm, 2 Grail Knights, and then a Paladin mounted on a warhorse. And then back here, 2 Pegasus Knights that I believe are out of their vision range, just because of how far back they are. I think they were out of range. I don't know, the enemy doesn't really respond to them, so I'm assuming they were hidden. Let's hope. Then over here for the Empire player, we have a Hellblaster volley gun. We have multiple spears positioned throughout the forest. We also have 4 handgunners, 3 greatsword units, a general of the Empire, and then another basic swordsman over here. For the dwarf player, we have 2 iron drakes over here, another iron drake, but this one has trollhammer torpedoes, a line of longbeards backed up by thunderers, and then 2 organ guns and a generic dwarf lord. So it's kind of a lot of closer range artillery that these 2 enemy players brought, and a lot of armor piercing with 4 handgunners and 4 thunderers. I didn't want to be too hasty with our Pegasus Knights. I did not see, like, the only thing that we saw for the Imperial player, I think, was just this Hellblaster volley gun. Oh yeah, also 2 steam tanks. How did I forget? They also have 2 steam tanks out here, and so I'm gonna be like, let's move the king over there. So we're eventually going to be moving the king over there, and I'm going to do what I tried to do. It's been a few episodes now, but remember when the king dodged some shots? Just remember that. Also, I have a damsel over here too. I forgot to mention that. But like, I always bring a damsel. I usually always bring the king, so I don't really talk about them much. So yeah, we're going to be heading over here, and I want to see if they are going to waste ammo on the king. Meanwhile, I am slowly drawing a path for all of my cav to go down through here and use the trees as cover, and I'm going to try and bring them up here. Again, we don't know what's in this forest, but I want to get them closer. I thought briefly about bringing them all the way out around this rock formation over here and then out over here, but I kind of wanted them to be a surprise. Now clearly the enemy knows that I have something, but they don't know what I have at all, except for this king and the damsel, as far as I can tell. So right here we're doing the king shuffle. The steam tanks did take a couple shots, but they are now pulling back. The Hellblaster volley gun is going to be moved forward, as well as the organ guns from the dwarf player. And I'm just going to be flying around circles and casually just walking my entire cav force through the woods. They do kind of get stopped here a little bit, so I have to give them the order a couple times. But they'll get there. You can see the Hellblaster, and now we can see the spearmen because they came out of the forest. But that's, again, all we can really see at this point. I think we can see an iron. Yeah, we see these iron drakes at this soon. I guess soon, because they are currently hidden right now. Steam tanks, I believe, had another shot off against the king, but I dodged. Meanwhile, Surreal's cannons are getting into range to try and shoot down, I believe, the steam tanks is what his goal was. The rest of his army is slowly moving forward. Steam tanks pulling back. Hellblaster volley gun is getting in range of the king, which is totally okay. And there we go. And I'm going to be like, oh, no. No, no. Sorry, try again. And they will, I believe. We're getting a little bit closer, getting to those Hellblaster volley guns because I want to waste some of their ammo. And they're like, no. No, 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 no. Oh, we did get hit there. So the point is to try and distract these forces while the cannons rain death upon these steam tanks. Because we don't want the cannons to be taken out, and as we all know, the king is pretty good at dodging stuff. Unfortunately, the Empire player doesn't really fire on me too often with the steam tanks. He's going to switch targets to the cannon as soon as they realize what the cannons are doing. Cannons have not really been able to do too much damage yet, but at least we're draining some of the Hellblaster volley gun. Pegasus Knights are going to be moved up soon-ish, as the rest of my knights... Okay, so like right here, they stopped moving when I had given them orders to move all the way up here. I'm not sure what happened, but I was too busy micromanaging here, which is why my army is a little bit delayed, but I'm going to be giving them another order soon. There goes Surreal's gyrocopters. His army is still moving up to support these 2 cannons, which are now in a long-range fire fight against the steam tanks. Organ guns are moving up as well. They are getting some shots against the steam tanks. I'm a big supporter of steam tanks. Waiting to see if the cannon fire comes in. Here it comes. Alright, solid hit. Meanwhile, I'm still just dodging the Hellblaster volley gun over there. Couple misses, but a lot of hits. Here come my Pegasus Knights. I'm starting to move them up one at a time. You can see where they're going right over there. Here, I wanted to draw the attention of the handgunners. I got a little too close to these Thunderers, though. And I'm going to get some shots in from these handgunners as well. We dodge a lot of the fire, but we do still get hit here a little bit. And you can see the rest of my army is now moving forward again. The Pegasus Knights are going to be coming around. I want to disrupt this firing line. I believe Surreal's army moves out pretty soon. Although he does have some Corridors left back here. And I have my Damsel still left back here, too. Looks like he's currently kind of losing that fight against the steam tanks. My king is going to go over here to these unprotected Orkan guns. We're going to go in. Right now, the enemy still has no idea about all the cav in the forest. And here comes some more Pegasus Knights. The other one's moving out as well. At this point, we still don't really know what the Empire player has because they're still holding on the forest. But we're going to find out here pretty soon when my Pegasus Knights get in there. Meanwhile, we still just are disrupting this organ gun. And getting out of there. Just as our Pegasus Knights come in to attack the Thunderers. And then the other Pegasus Knight's going to go in for these handgunners because now we can actually see what they have. That's where we see the Iron Drakes as well. And there goes my cav getting in behind the enemy armies while I'm disrupting them and distracting them with our Pegasus Knights into both of their groups of anti-armor rifles. The king is now over here holding off some Longbeards, but he's going to be pulling out from that fight. And now they probably see my cav coming out of the forest right here. And we're going to be riding down, and I'm going to try and split our cav up so they can hit the entire gun line of both players is the idea. You can see these Pegasus Knights. It was a distraction. It worked, but they did take a lot of damage there. Here come our first Knight charge. These are just Knights of the Realm. Getting right into these line of handgunners. Where's the other Knights? I think they're still getting in position. You have a couple Knights in here now. There's the group of Grand Knights. There they are. They charged in as well. They're currently fighting against some great swords. As we're just running through their back lines. And then the rest of my cav is still moving into position around over here to try and get to the dwarves, I believe. Meanwhile, Surreal's forces are currently marching up, but they are kind of slow. They are just dwarves. Pegasus Knights are now in the air. We're going to have to get them down on the ground or else they'll get shot out of the sky. And you see the steam tanks trying to disrupt our Grail Knights. As they're now fighting against some spearmen, which is not their ideal fight, but it's fine. The rest of our Knights coming out of the forest to try and get into the dwarves. We did get a charge with our Grail Knight. Oh, wow. These Grail Knights got crushed. I failed to even realize that. King is taking a lot of damage. He's going to be going down and assisting soon. And here comes another Grail Knight charge into the Empire player, or to the Dwarf player, I believe. We're just still trying to get in position. Paladin's going in ahead of them. Pegasus Knights are still here disrupting them. And then here come the Grail Knights into the Dwarf Thunderer line. There goes the Curse of the Midnight Wind from our Damsel just in time. And so I have spread out all of my cav to assault the entire back line of both players and have mostly wrapped up all of their gunners. Meanwhile, Surreal's forces are just about to hit the Dwarven line over here, which has already been kind of shattered by the Grail cav at this point. The remaining Longbeards are pulled up over here around their Iron Drakes along with the Hellblaster volley gun. You can see our Knights of the Realm kind of getting overwhelmed here, so we're going to have to pull out and do cycle charges. Other Knights out here just killing the remaining handgunners. Paladin is nearby assisting these Pegasus Knights. Oh my god. That Iron Drake fire though. Oh, killing the frame rate. The King is currently going after the Hellblaster volley gun because I do not want it coming at us. I kind of over flew over. But there we go. Now we're going back. And there is just chaos all over the place. My knights are out there just finishing off units. Surreal's army has crashed into the enemy dwarf player, and they are now going toe-to-toe. Gyrocopters up above, just shooting down their brimstone guns. And we are just getting some more cycle charges done. Crushing isolated units with our remaining Grail Knights and Knights of the Realm. We have also crushed the Hellbasher volley gun crew with the King at this point. Surreal's cannon still coming in here to provide support. Longbeards are pretty hardy, so it's going to take a while to fight them, or fight them off. We have another Curse of the Midnight Wind being dropped from our Damsel as Surreal's forces continue to destroy this flank. Another charge from the Pegasus Knights. They're getting into these Iron Drakes who are just standing back there unthreatened. But no more. And now we're going to be charging in again. Damsels nearby. Knights I'm going to get into these Longbeards from behind. Frame rate's going to die. But there we go. And Surreal's forces are spread out all over the place, and I'm just trying to provide support with like a hammer and anvil tactic, basically is what we're doing here. Dwarves are the anvil, Cav is the hammer. More knights coming in. They have finished up cleaning up some of the Imperial handgunners at this point. So we're going to get into some more of them. And then into the back of these spearmen and greatswords. Meanwhile, those are Surreal's forces right here, and then we got the King nearby. More Grail Knights also cleaning up these Iron Drakes with the Trollhammer torpedoes. And you can see they are going to start routing. Due to severe losses and the rear charge that they've been taking, their leadership just crashes. And that's it. That is going to be GG to our opponents and to Surreal. This tactic only really worked, one, because we had the forest and we surprised them by coming out basically right on top of them and getting behind all their forces there, and two, because Surreal's forces acted again as the anvil to my Cav hammer, and it was honestly, it was pretty glorious. It was a lot of fun to just charge into their gunner lines and just totally destroy them. It was a lot of fun. In fact, you know what? Let's watch some of that again. So yeah, since this battle was actually kind of short and I was kind of all over the place explaining what the tactics were going on, I just decided let's watch this one more time with a cinematic view, and I'm not going to really talk as much. I also turned on alliance coloring, so red is bad, yellow and blue are good. Just so you can easily tell which dwarves belong to who. Blue is going to be Surreal, red's bad. Honestly, I just enjoy watching the cinematics too. Apparently I have a Steam notification. I love charges through the forest. Pegasus Knights look so cool. All that fire.
Come, man! To arms! To arms! The gods have abandoned us!
Those door floors look so cool too. Oh my god. Longbeard versus Longbeard. Man, and then they're just forced to run into a giant armored hippogriff. That's the battle. Listen, I really like cap charges. It's kind of why I wanted to see that again, but also I'm just a sucker for just watching a battle, and I don't really do that often because I just talk a lot over them, but anyway, let's actually see the kill counts. Let's see, King, 79 kills, pretty good, not too shabby. The Cav overall, this Girl Knight, I don't really know what it got shut down by. Maybe it was the Troll, Drake, Hammer, Torpedoes, and just a bunch of rifle fires that came charging in, but they got killed pretty quickly. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with a lot of the kill numbers here. 117 kills, Knights of the Realm is more than great. They're only 900. They're super cheap Cavs, so I'm really happy about that. For Surreal's forces here, overall, I'd say a lot of good kills, except for maybe the gyrocopters. But they're kind of hit or miss for me, anyway. I haven't really been able to do super well with gyrocopters ever. But for the most part, for how long they were actually engaged, I think those are a lot of good kill numbers. The enemy dwarf player, their Thunderer line, and actually the handgunner line, you can see, since we were able to sneak that cav around and just crush them first, they were totally just countered, and they didn't have time to really do much, so that's why their kill count is so low. The Longbeards, at the point without the support of the Thunderers and the organ guns that were also shut down by my king there, they also were just kind of crumbling. They're there to hold the line, but there's not much they can do when they're fighting doors on one side and getting charged from behind, so They're very sturdy, but they still need support. And then let's see, for the Imperial player, Steam Tanks did okay. I think they did okay. I think a lot of those kills are, for the most part, Cav, because they were engaging them in melee, so I think that's a high amount of kills. A couple great swords, one did pretty well. This one, I think, got shut down. And then, yeah, so just... It was hard. They couldn't protect some of their vital assets, like that Hellblaster volley gun. Although this thing was left alone for a while before I sent my king after it, and still only netted 5 kills, which I find odd. I would have thought that would have done better. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the battle, everybody. I don't bring the only Cav Bretonnia army often, but when I do, it's a whole lot of fun. And just around the corner again, we have that update for the Vampire Counts and Empire, so hopefully that will start coming out tomorrow when you're watching this. I'll try to pump it out, because I believe it's released September 1st. And that's when I'll get my hands on it, so I need to kind of get it, study it, and then start hitting multiplayer with it and see what kind of changes are in store for us. Anyway, again, hope you enjoyed, everybody. Have a great day.